on yourself. Most folks afraid to fail, but you can't level up in life without a couple of L's. Life lessons, or should I say blessings? If you can't get it out the mud, then you can't manifest it. Bet on yourself.
All right, we're back, guys. This is the Entrepreneur Network with Jeremy Winters, and I got my main man, Akeem Reed, a.k.a. Think Akeem, a.k.a. the Sling King. And today, we got a special guest. Introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are, and we'll just start right there, man.
Yeah, definitely. So my name's Tony Smith. Thanks for having me on the Entrepreneur Network.
Oh, no, man. Thanks for coming, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So my claim to fame is just helping business coaches, consultant, small business owners be able to generate more leads and increase their revenues. The way that I do that is by taking their traditional websites and replacing those with sales funnels that lead their lead or their customer through an organic process of how we would naturally sell something to somebody, right? And then by doing that, the thing that's so great about a sales funnel compared to people's normal website is most people have a website, people visit it, and they're not really seeing any traction, right?
Right.
But here's the thing. We have to collect data. So if we can even gain 50, and sometimes higher 60, 70% of that traffic landing on the site by people opting in, whether they buy or not, we at least now have the data and we can start doing stuff with it, such as nurturing that lead to bring them back to whatever our main goal is. Mm-hmm. So that's what I do for people. I help, get them more leads, and I help increase their revenues by just collecting the data, and then we can just slice and dice that whichever way we see fit.
So now let me ask you a question, Tony. Can anyone use a sales funnel? Like, what's the difference between a sales site? Like right now, like for my Glam Geeks, I use a regular site. I'm not even using a funnel for it.
Right.
Can I use a sales funnel?
Yeah, so I look at it like this. The majority of people can use a sales funnel, but it does perform best when we're in like a B2C, business to consumer type of level. Yeah. Now, if you're doing like B2B, funnels don't really make sense. And if it's like, let's say, for instance, I'm opening up a wholesale account to get clothing, you know what I mean? I probably don't really need a funnel, but to even contradict what I'm saying, let me tell you where a funnel still would make sense for a business like that. It would make sense on their lead capture and their nurture. So let's say, for instance, you and I used to do clothes. Let's look at a big t-shirt brand like Alpha Broder, right? For them to lock in our business, the funnel may make sense on the front end as far as in, hey, let's give you a free lead magnet to tell you why Alpha Broder is better than Sanmar when it comes to clothes. And then what we could do is, now that we have your lead, we gave you a free ebook that broke some stuff down. Now we can start sending you maybe like our weekly webinars or any free trainings that we have to get you to actually sign up and become a customer. So they actually do work for anything, because really what you want to do is, a lot of businesses, especially in the e-commerce world, focus so much on, I want to run some type of traffic, whether it's paid ads, and I just want someone to buy something, right? But really we have to focus on lifetime customer value, LTV. And it's like, okay, if we get this client, how can we eventually make them a customer? And just in the real world, that happens. You don't always sign up the first time, but that's the beauty of what a sales funnel can do for any business.
So let me ask you this, because Lord knows the three of us understand the components and the dynamics of a sales funnel.
Right.
However, there's some people watching right now that, and I'm going to take a step back, because there's people watching right now that just don't know what the components of actual sales funnel is. So if we could go back to the beginning, if you could just break down what is a sales funnel, and then in that, maybe that viewer that's watching that doesn't understand, can catch up to where we are.
Got you. So a normal website, I like to call it a glorified business card, right? It's probably got your store hours on it, how you started, who's working on your team, and people come to that website and they look at it and then they leave. And then someone may say, well, my site has a 10% pop-up coupon, right, to try to get their email. But here's the thing. A normal website, as soon as you get on the site, it pops up 10%, give us your email. We're most likely clicking the X button to see what we really came to the website for. Where a sales funnel works for anybody is, it first starts with strategy. And every single business is going to be different. Whether you're Adrian's Carpet Cleaning, you're Walter's Pool Service, or you're Akeem trying to get people to start a slingshot company. It all starts with strategy. So what I first do is say, what is your end goal that you want to happen when a customer lands on your site, or really not even when they land on, just what's the end goal? Let's say I use a realtor, for example. Realtor's not usually selling anything because a realtor gets paid when they sell a house by, like, you know, in the title process, that's when they're going to get paid.
Yeah.
A realtor is mainly looking for more leads and winning over a client to sign on for them. So what we just did for a realtor was we built her a funnel. Her name's Andrea, and we built her a funnel, and it has a little like short ebook that says like 7 steps to buying your first or next home. Most people, when they're buying a home, they really don't know what to expect. It's a big purchase, one of the biggest purchases of their life. Right. So on that video, that funnel, there's a video where she's welcoming who she is. There's pictures and about her, but there's only one action that could be taken on that page, and that's to download that ebook. That's going to explain the 7 steps to buying your first and next home, talk about finance and talking about that. After they opt in with their name and email, and hit the submit button, it then takes them to a 10-minute training where Andrea is walking them through the steps of what to expect.
So let me bookmark it right there.
Yeah.
Because you know funnels front to back.
Right.
So you really just sped through the stop sign.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm pulling you over right now.
Okay.
Okay, so the call to action that says download the ebook.
Right.
What is that called? So you got the lead magnet and
that's the lead magnet.
Right,
that exactly.
Right. So you looked at me like, what are you talking about? Because you're like, duh.
Yeah.
This man knows this front to back, so he's like a duh, but everybody doesn't know that. So
right.
I'm sorry. So
that's a perfect example though too, because when you think about, let's just break down the word lead magnet and let's put a space in between it. You have a pool of leads, and then you need something to attract the leads. Lead magnet. So in any business, there's so many things that we can give away as a freebie that could be a lead magnet.
Yeah.
So whether that's a training, whether it's a mini course, whether it's an ebook, whether that's a phone call, whatever it is for your strategy, we need that magnet to attract those leads in.
Yep.
Now going into lead magnets, what are some of the best lead magnets to use as of right now?
Yeah, so I think, to just kind of back up, when 2020 first hit, the ebooks were doing great for course creators and consultants to sell. I think now they work best as a freebie, as a lead magnet. The reason why is because you literally can sign up, get instant access, whether it's download or the link just pops up, and they can instantly just see some valuable value content that's related to what they're talking about. Videos could be cool as well, so where you don't even have to download it. The lead magnet could just go to the next page. So let's reverse Andrea's funnel, right, a little bit. Let's just say she had a landing page with a strong headline. Headline is very important. And it says, learn the 7 steps to buying your first or next home. And it had like a thumbnail of the video, and it was locked. And they had to put in their phone number and email to get that. They put their phone number and email in, the page loads to the next page, and now Andrea is talking to them about all the 7 steps that they need in order to prepare themselves to buy that home. Now you're like, dang, I need to get my bank account like this. I need to get my credit repaired just like that. I need Andrea's help. So under that video, there's a book a call, right? And now they can book a call and speak to Andrea. Now you see the relationship is now being built with Andrea. Whether Andrea's on vacation, she's asleep, she's sick, this funnel is her 24/7 salesperson that's captivating these leads.
And warming the potential client up to them.
Yeah.
And like you said, I love it, man. She sleeps. She's somewhere on the beach with her feet kicked up, and the funnel is working in the background.
And she's just seeing in her email, like, another book call, another book call, another book call. So then, and I may be running the stop sign again, but here's the best part about a funnel to me compared to a normal website. Normal website, yes, it does have these features. It's just harder to get people to get in the funnel in a normal website. But a funnel plays offense and defense. everything that I just told you was like offense work.
Yeah.
But let's say you didn't book a call. Let's say you didn't watch the free training. Well, now defense kicks in and we have this nurture sequence of emails educating that lead, and we're hanging out inside the lead's inbox. So every day or other day, we're sending emails informing them of how to prepare for their first or next home. And at the bottom, there's a call to action of every single email to book that call with Andrea.
Dope.
Yeah, so I think one of the real things I messed up when I first created sales, for one, I didn't know how to do it. Okay. So what I did was I looked at someone on Fiverr for $250.
Right.
Now, y'all don't know Tony. Tony works with some real 7-figure funnels. All right, that's what Tony builds, 7-figure funnels, right? And you have some real high-end clients that make a lot of money.
Right.
With you designing their funnels. Your funnels aren't $250, though.
They're not.
Now, I learned the hard way.
Right.
All right, but explain what are some of the differences between a 7-figure funnel and like the funnel I got from my guy on Fiverr for $250?
You got the Cracker Jack funnel.
Right. So here's the thing, to be honest, with funnels. So where I really placed myself to really like get a lot of traction was funnels used to be clunky looking, scammy looking, kind of outdated. I jumped in the game because I had a design background, and I really made funnels look like beautiful websites, but they still had the functionality of funnels. Mm-hmm. But the real key thing that's different from going on Fiverr and then coming to someone like me, there's other people, but someone like me, is you're going to get a nice design, hopefully, when you go to Fiverr. But with me, it's all about psychology, strategy. That's the difference. So, you know, if you already have the psychology and the strategy down, you possibly can go to Fiverr if you know exactly what to tell them to do. But when you come over to here, and I got an analogy for you guys in a second, I'm going to walk through and say, hey, what is our ultimate goal and how can we funnel through these people through the funnel the right way that you get the most return? Because you're spending money, right? So let's look at it this way. And we had talked about this as well. Let's say I'm building a project for my home, or I'm building a project at the office or whatever. Well, you can find people that can paint the walls, put the framing up, put the carpet down, but you need to know the psychology and strategy of building that project if you're just going to have people do parts of it. But if you're not well versed in construction or the best way to get something built, you probably need to go to a contractor.
Right.
Because he's the strategy behind making sure your project gets built the right way.
Yeah, I'm the guy that needs a contractor all the time.
You need the contractor. So that's where I come in with the funnel for your offer is I'm the contractor that's saying, hey, talk to me, tell me what you need. Let me make sure this gets built the best way. Because what I see is people who don't understand strategy, who don't understand psychology, they get the funnel, and now the funnel's just kind of sitting on ice. And what they've done is they spent $300 to $500 on Fiverr, but it's not being really used, and the funnel just kind of sitting in the refrigerator not doing anything.
Yeah, and then when you order on Fiverr, it's so impersonal in that when you type in, okay, these are the requirements, this is what I need.
Yeah.
If, to your point, if you don't, even if you drive the point all the way home that this is what you're looking for, the person on the other side, they just don't have enough creative insight as it pertains to your business and the desires of the people that you're trying to reach. So it always falls flat. You know,
exactly.
It always falls flat. Nothing is better than me sitting down with Tony and we have a clear understanding of where we're trying to get to. And Fiverr is, again, it's so easy to miss the mark.
Exactly.
Yeah, like when he gave me my funnel back, it was the colors were off. Like the letters were off. It just sucked.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a rocket scientist, but I knew that this wasn't gonna sell.
Yeah, I mean, let's say if we change the narrative, I could probably use someone on Fiverr, but that's because I'm just using them to complete one part of the project, right? When we build funnels, I prefer to work with clients who understand strategizing. So we're looking at different parts of the funnel, like, should the button be here or should it be here? Should it be above the fold or should it be above the video? Maybe on the bridge cell, should it say no thank you at the top, or do we want them at least to have to scroll down and we change that? And we look at a lot of metrics to make these decisions, right? So like I said, I work with a lot of clients that are doing, probably like $1 million a year to even I have a client that does $2 million a month. You know what I'm saying? So the difference is we understand that like small pivots can make great changes. If a plane being off a few degrees can be in a completely different country, right? Yeah. So that was the type of clients I like working with that understand like how do we tweak this funnel each week to get better and better and better. Because like I was telling my man over here, like a lot of people think the funnel is what saves everything. No, the funnel is just a tool to funnel the traffic. If we don't bring traffic, the funnel has nothing to funnel.
Right. And especially if you're running paid traffic, right? And that's one of the reasons why I switched up Glam Geeks, to a funnel, because I was getting so much traffic, especially through Google. I didn't even have an opt-in, right? I did the 10% off thing.
Yep, you were landing them straight on the front of the website.
They didn't even opt in. Yeah. Like my opt-in rate was like 6%.
Yeah.
So let me say this, and I'm about to let y'all behind the curtain, right?
Yeah.
So, one of my online businesses, I sell apparel in a very niche market.
Yeah.
And I think that it's so niche that is the element of the business that saves me and covers my tracks, because I know that I could be doing things a whole lot better.
Right.
So when you come to our site, you get the opt-in of 10%. Let me get your phone number or email address and all of that. And it doesn't convert at a high rate.
Yeah.
But we get so much traffic that I'm cool with it. If you're a company like mine that's selling a physical product, I was listening to Russell Brunson. Can I call him the king of funnels? Can I call him that?
We can call him that. Yeah.
All right, whatever.
He led the pathway.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give him that. Russell, he's so confident in that a funnel could work for any type of business.
Yeah.
And for me, I have a hard time accepting that, because I just always, and I still to this day to a certain degree, feel like funnels perform better for somebody that's providing a service.
Yeah.
Because, it's a lot of times with a service, it's something that somebody already wants. You're fixing the problem. Like I'm selling a product that you don't need. You don't have to have this.
Yeah.
So is your position that if I'm just selling a product, can a funnel be equally as effective? And why? Because I'm still on the outside of the fence thinking, I just don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's a great question to ask, because me before funnels came from the e-commerce world, selling apparel just like you. Did really well with it for years until it just switched for me, right? So the thing with the funnel is a lot of times people think a funnel is made to kill their website. A funnel is like a weapon. It's a marketing tool that can be used at different parts. Now, ultimately, yes, we talk about ClickFunnels, we talk about Go High Level, but these are also tools that provide funnels for us. But really a funnel is just the different layers that is involved in getting a customer to complete an action, right? So let's go jump into the e-commerce world. The biggest factor between both of those, the common denominator, is email marketing is what's going to win for you. Even with the algorithm changing with Facebook and iOS 14, when that happened, making it harder for Facebook, getting the email is the most important thing, because that's how we create lifetime customer value, get repeat customers, and nurture. So I have a client, her name's Kiera from Spiritual and Paid. She does very well on creating metaphysical products, and her biggest product is her candle line. Has crystals in it, all that type of stuff. Of course, on the front end, she has her website. She uses the app on Shopify called Willio to get leads. But what we did for her is built a funnel for her top performing products that we re-engage her audience with. So now when they land on this page, say her top performing candle is called Sage and Pineapple. So they land on the funnel that says Sage and Pineapple, and then they're looking at all of the benefits of the Sage and Pineapple candle, what it comes with. So then what it does is allows people to purchase that one candle. That's all they're seeing on the front page. But after they purchase, it now goes to an upsell page and it asks them, do they want to get, and let's say the candle's $30, do you want to get 3 candles for the price of $45 instead of $90? Then after that, it says, hey, do you want to get, since it's metaphysical, do you want to get the sage bundle to go with the candles? So what I did, even though on the front end, it was a Shopify e-commerce site, we re-engaged her audience through her email list and took that $30 sale and now made it a $90 sale because they upgraded to the bundle, the 3 bundle, then they added the sage and all of that. So that's how a funnel can work. And then one thing too, it's nothing new that I'm trying to tell people, right? We're already in funnels all the time. Right. So who's rented a U-Haul here before, right? Yeah. I always use that. You go to U-Haul's website, you say, hey, I want a U-Haul. Well, you pick the size of the U-Haul which one you want. After you add it to the cart, what happens? Do you want insurance? Yeah. Do you want dollies? Do you want boxes? Do you want movers?
You want a storage when you get to where you're going.
Storage. So now they literally just walked you through an entire funnel to say, hey, I know that you were thinking about just buying the U-Haul for $50 plus whatever the mileage is, but we also just took you up to $125 because you added stuff on. So anybody who's not using a funnel somewhere in their marketing campaign is most likely losing out.
So let me get this right. So a funnel just isn't the actual tool. The funnel is the process.
Yes. And then the tool allows us to maximize the process. That makes sense.
So now, Tony, there's a lot of different types of funnels.
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm coming in, I have my my salon business, right? Where we constantly want to bring in leads. We have high ticket services. We have classes.
Right.
What kind of funnel would I need for something like that? And what are the different type of funnels that are really being used that are actually working right now?
Yeah, so they all work, right? The thing is that I would ask you is, what is your goal? What is your strategy, right? So like I said, I'm the contractor. I'm going to come in, look at the job, and say, what are we trying to accomplish here? So one of the big questions that I would ask you is, what issue do you have right now? Because most people say my goal is I want more money. I want more sales.
I want more money.
Yeah, you want more money in sales. So when people are coming to the beauty salon, what is it?
Glam Geeks.
Glam Geeks. What's the issue right now? What are you not getting from people?
Well, right now, I don't know who the hell these people are. Right? Yeah. I don't know how many people are actually calling me. I don't know how many people are actually coming to me. I don't know anything.
But not only that, the people that are coming in, you don't know if they came in from
through a Google ad,
word of mouth,
Glam Geeks, Google the kiosk or the website.
I'm talking about the kiosk, but I don't know what the website's doing.
Got you. So this is what I would say. It sounds like right now you have a website. You're paying for traffic just like many people on here probably are. You've tested Facebook ads, you tested Google ads, and you really don't have a clear, concise way to see what's going on, right?
Right.
And then if I said, hey, like say you're a customer avatar, and say, hey, if I could just help you with that, would that help you move further in your business? So what I could do for you in a funnel way is we could do possibly a survey funnel. So you asked me what type of funnels there are. There's a lot of funnels, VSL funnels, course funnels, lead magnet funnels, all types of training funnels. Well, for yours, I'm thinking of my wife in this situation, right? She's always like, oh, I need someone in Atlanta who can do lashes. I need someone who can do that. Imagine someone lands on your site, and then the first thing it does is it's asking the lead questions of what they need. So now when they come to the site, you're already fulfilling the solution that they're looking for, right? So welcome to Glam Geeks. What service are you interested in? Are you interested in extensions, lashes, or makeup, whatever you have, right? They say makeup. So then now that type form takes them to another thing. Are you looking for this, or this type of makeup? And then afterwards, now it asks them, because they're kind of already, that dopamine's hitting. Yeah. Now it's like, what's your name and email so that we can position you or place you with the right makeup technician or whatever, or glam, whatever we call them, right? So now what you just did was you brought someone to the website, that was in need. You solved the need by giving them options of what they were looking for. In the middle of that process, you got their information, and then you landed them on a calendar to book the call. So now what you just did was you walked them through a process, and it gave you clear information about what these different customers are going. And now you have in a sense, a KYC program, and now you know your customer. And then what you can do with that data is now you can start sending them specialized emails based on the options that they chose.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So that would be considered a survey funnel.
That would be a survey funnel. Yep.
Where I get to survey the customers, see exactly what they want, collect the information, and get them on a call, book a call, schedule an appointment.
That's something I want to ask you a second ago. So you said you basically through email is where you nurture this lifelong relationship with the customer.
Right.
My question to you is this: are you obtaining this email through your website, or is the funnel itself? Does it start there? Where does the relationship start?
Yeah. So once again, that goes to strategy, right? So some people solely have a funnel in their marketing campaign. For e-commerce, your funnel would happen on the backside, because an e-commerce site is going to be first set up more so in a Shopify way, to where they're interested in buying clothes, and you still kind of just have to follow like what people are used to in shopping online. But then what you would do is have like the big coupon pop up like Willio, or even collecting the email for people who have purchased, right? So there's two ways in Shopify and e-commerce to collect emails. On the backside, what you're doing is nurturing that email list, and that's when you can start implementing that funnel. Now, if you're a coach, consultant, or like the Glam Geeks, you may just go straight funnel from the front. You know what I mean? Because now what you could do is say, hey, I need this funnel to be able to collect the data in this way, so then I can perform the action the way that it serves best.
Right. So, Tony, why do people's funnels not work?
Yeah. So a lot of reasons why people's funnels don't work is because they think that the funnel does all the work, right? The funnel is
Come on, man. Talk to him.
The funnel is the tool that's going to funnel the traffic and put them in the right place. Just like we use a funnel to put oil in a car. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It funnels the oil so that it makes sure that the oil gets into the right place and doesn't spill out all over the engine and everything.
But if the funnel gets the oil in the engine and the engine's already knocking, you're over with 'cause the engine's broke.
Yeah.
The funnel's not going to fix your problem, right?
Right.
That makes any sense.
That makes sense.
Because I got to lead them somewhere where we can continue, the action.
Exactly. So a lot of times what people don't do is what we like to say in my group is we like to say all pistons firing, right? So all pistons firing means your traffic is going good. So you probably are posting organically on all your platforms. You have your Facebook ads going, possibly Google ads, YouTube ads. That's landing them on the funnel. The funnel is funneling that traffic. Then after those leads go through the funnel, either your closers are engaging and get on the phone with these people, emails are now firing off. And then now what happens is we've created this omnipresent cycle that's functioning and funneling all these people through. But that funnel is just a big piece in the middle of all of those different elements to get people to where they need to go. So, yeah.
So people's funnels aren't working because they don't have everything going on at once. Everything plays into part.
Yeah, so they'll come to me and say, man, I need a funnel. I need this and this to happen. And then, I'll analyze what's going on, and I'm just like, how do you expect to get traffic? Oh, the funnel don't do that? And I'm just like, nah, it doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and what I look at is I'll actually decline people if they don't have the proper criteria in place for your funnel to work. Because what I'm not going to do is say, hey, my funnels are $1,500 and take $1,500 from you, and then your funnel's not working, and then you're trying to blame me for it. You know what I'm saying? No. I would just rather stay in my circle of people who just need that traffic to be sent to the right places. But that's the key thing. The key three components is traffic, funnel, email, follow-up, whether that's your closers or just your emails doing what they need to do.
Okay.
All right, so I'm listening to you, and the more you talk, he's selling without selling, right? Because I know that this is what he does, and I'm listening to you, and I'm thinking, damn, I really could use your service. So, somebody like me, all right, cool, I'm sold. What's this going to cost me? And how do you determine that when somebody comes to you and say, hey, I need a funnel? And because I understand that, all funnels aren't created the same.
Right.
And everybody has different needs. So how do you structure your pricing when you're vetting a customer?
Got you. Yeah. So key thing, like you said I'm sold, right? So one of the big things that I go by is facts tell, stories sell. A lot of times we're always just saying like, you got to buy this because it does this. This is why you need it. But I'm literally just telling you how it can help you. So you're hearing the story and you're placing yourself as an avatar inside that story to see how it can work for you. So that's definitely, like you said, like, oh, he's selling, but it's the story and the solution that I'm providing with the funnels that makes you say, hey, I think I need this. So then when it comes down, as of like today, where we're at is there's just two different prices. You've got, as far as the funnel and not exterior services, you got lead magnet funnels, which is about 4 pages, $1,500, comes with the strategy, comes with the consultation. And then you have webinar funnels.
Who all would need a lead magnet funnel? What type of business?
A lead magnet is most likely going to be our small businesses, and then coaches and consultants can use them. They usually are more in the webinar side, but mainly our small businesses. And after this answer, I'll tell you why. And then we have webinar funnels, which are $2,500, and those are about 9 pages because they have a pre-webinar and post-webinar action. You have pre-webinar, which is all about getting the lead to sign up, and then you have post that is getting them to buy, which starts with the sales page, upsell, downsell, thank you page, book a call.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And who would need a webinar? What kind of business owner would need a webinar?
So the thing that's so great about a webinar is, and for anyone who's already primed to funnels, there's a guy named Russell Brunson who's very popular in the funnel space, owns ClickFunnels. He had made a tweet and he said a webinar is the fastest way to grow your business. And I saw people like, oh, you're just trying to sell X, Y, and Z. But really, let's think about it. Anything that you're selling, right? There's people interested in that topic. Mm-hmm. You find those people, and then remotely, you're at home, they're at work, whatever. You're literally educating a crowd of why they need something. So let's look at it if I'm starting an agency. Mm-hmm. I can go and knock on all these people's door and try to get customers. I can go to the chamber events and try to network and pass my business card out and try to get customers. How slow is that, right? A webinar is the vehicle that's way faster. So now what we can do is run a webinar, possibly get 50 to 100, 200, maybe even more people in this room. Imagine educating that many people on your services, dropping an offer, how they can work with you. And now instead of you doing all the work or going to these networking events, you just gain 30 clients in one night. So much faster than being at these networking events, passing out business cards. So a webinar can work for anyone. It's all strategy.
Yeah, I feel like business cards are dead. I haven't ordered business cards in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just put it on my phone because I just got tired of carrying them.
Right.
If you got to have one, and to your point, I love how you said, if you were setting your social up to succeed, then I send them to my Instagram or my business, because your Instagram will tell a story.
Yeah.
So like you could go back 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you can see that I do exactly what I say I've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, the Instagram is the new business card. And then let's even talk about that. Like,
yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you, the funnel architect.
Yeah, so many people are focused on it's like podcasts are super trendy. Sales funnels are really trendy right now as well. And you got to think, you're always funneling people. You just have to keep funneling them, right? To get them to perform the call to action that you need them to perform. So even your Instagram is part of your funnel. So in his situation, he's out meeting somebody who says they need content. There's a whole content studio right here. He says, go to the Instagram page. They go to the Instagram page. Now they're captivated. They click the link in the bio. Do you stop them there, or do you have a funnel that's going to funnel them to the next process? It's all a funnel. You know what I'm saying? The actual click funnel is just a big tool of the funnel process.
But it's all the funnel, from the time you introduce yourself to the times you get a new follow to the content.
All of it. Think about this as an analogy. So many people on here have probably bought a camera at one point in time, right? Well, you buy the body of the camera. Say you get the Sony A7, it costs $2,400, whatever it costs.
I already see where you're going.
And then people think that that's going to do all of the work. You're looking at other photographers and you're like, why do their pictures look so good? Mm-hmm. But you're not thinking that other photographer has G Master lenses that cost just as much as the body. He has the better microphones on his camera. He has all these external parts to make his camera produce at a higher quality. So the body of the camera is just one of the main core functions, but you still need all these other elements in order for it to perform at its optimal level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes. So earlier we were talking. You said, Keem, some of the things I see the problem with people on webinars is they just sell. They're selling the wrong way.
Right.
Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah. So my core client is a webinar client. So I see a lot of data, right, in all the different industries, all the different niche markets. And I notice key differences from my clients that are crushing it. And I'm talking like the Will Rivera's $2 million, the Blake Rocha from Airbnb, like $7 million business, all these people, right? The difference from them.
Using sales funnels.
Yeah, using sales funnels and webinars versus the person who sees it as a flip or a play is they're understanding that this webinar is about client intake, but it's all about getting them through different parts of the funnel because, and I'll get to like some key things that they do. The person that's starting out that sees it as a play, they're only looking at revenue on the front end, but they're also not even noticing that some of these humongous clients that are doing the millions are actually not that profitable on the front end, but they're funneling the client through the funnel to just buy maybe the course, but then after they buy the course, they're booking a call and being sold on a high ticket offer on the back end, which is creating all the profit. So it's like that's one of the main things I'm seeing is people not understanding true sales psychology and they're just selling wrong.
Yeah, because if you do it the way that you just said, what you're doing is you're building a relationship, you're building a rapport. Like you may have never met this person face to face, but you feel an emotional attachment like, yo, that's my buddy, because he's provided value at such a minimal cost. Right. If you can provide value at minimal cost, then they trust you. Like, he's not a scumbag. This guy knows what he's talking about. And then 6 months, 9 months, 10 months, a year later, if it takes that long to get them to a $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 sale, they're more likely to do that. But if you're kicking in the door, selling, it becomes a lot more difficult. I'm not saying it can't be done, right? Because you can have those warm customers and come through the door. Like, well, you may think like, well, no, they're always going to be cold when they come, but no, sometimes you get a hot customer just come right through the door that they think they know what they want and they got money in hand. Yeah. But that's a unicorn because a lot of those people don't exist.
And that's the great thing about the funnel is you're taking a client from cold to hot. You see what I'm saying? So the thing that really sums up a lot of this conversation is the thing with the normal website is you have cold people coming to websites and hitting brick walls. The thing is how can I funnel a cold audience who's not ready to swipe the card yet, but they're ready to get some value from me? Yeah. And then now once they went from cold, they got value, they reviewed the value, they turned warm to let me go to the next step. Now they're hot. Man, I saw the website. I read the ebook or I saw the training. Now they got questions. You see what I'm saying? Now it's just time to close the deal.
Yeah. And they already, in their head, they don't know this, but they're already sold because they believe in you.
Yep. And guess what you did? You also took work off of you or your closing team because you pre-educated them throughout the whole entire process to now when they're calling you, hey, Akeem, you said the slingshots are this, and that. I want this one because it goes this fast. You got one on Saturday? You just got to close the deal. Yep.
Now, Tony, we talked about value content earlier, right? We talked about VSLs going to free ebooks and stuff like that. Right. How much work has it go into the actual freebie? Like, how much information is actually in the freebie? Because a lot of times I sign up for lead magnets and stuff like that, and it's complete trash. It throws me off. Yeah. I'm like, so why would you even offer me this?
But that's such a wonderful question, man, because I have clicked so much stuff, and I'm like, and then I get it. Yeah. yeah, you just finessed me out of my phone number and my email, but I'm never trusting anything from you because I gave you that, and what I got on the other side was some trash.
Yeah.
So you can't be trusted.
Yeah. I mean, I hear, once again, that goes to the actual instructor or the coach or the small business owner, right? I hear you should give your best stuff away on the free, right? Because if you give your best stuff away on the free, now they're like, I just imagine what his paid products would be like, right? And once again, that goes to people so focused on just being greedy on the front side and say, let me get the money, let me get the email, let me get the lead, whatever it is. But if you truly care about the product that you're offering or the service that you're selling, and you put real value into that, you know they're going to come back. So it's just like when you go to a restaurant, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if the service is great and the food's great, you're going to come back, you're going to tell everyone about it. But if that restaurant, like here in Atlanta, is just so focused on experience, you go in there because they got the grass walls and the grass hanging from the ceiling, but the service and the food is trash, you don't go back. The lead magnet was the aesthetics. It got you in the door, but instead of them giving you good service or good food and you coming back 1, 2, 3, 4 times, bringing your lady, bringing your boys, whatever it is, you're never coming back. So now what just happened was, instead of making sure the entire process was quality and getting repeat business, now you're just focusing on all these one-timers. So you're actually working way harder.
And it's funny you say that, because that's why the turnover rate for marketing companies is so high.
Yeah.
Because the marketing company will work so hard for the client to get people through the door, get people on their site, get people in their funnel, but the processes of said company are horrible. The experience is horrible. Now the business isn't making money, and now the business is looking at the marketing company like, you failed me. No, you failed you.
Right.
I did my part. I got them there. You basically, as they say, fumbled the bag. They were there. You just gave them a horrible experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, I talk to marketing companies all the time, and they love when they get a client that knows and understands the psyche of their customer or potential customer. They're a lot easier to work with. So I can imagine that it's the same with you.
Yeah, I mean, right now what I'm even going through is I'm in a transition of going from high-end demand freelancer to becoming an agency. So I'm just looking at everything that's going wrong right now as constructive. How can I build processes around this to where the customer is, one, educated on what's about to happen, but then 2, that we also don't drop the ball and we can provide the most value. So for instance, I've got a client, I guess he's still my client, and he wasn't primed on that a webinar is something that is being sharpened every single week. So
explain that.
Yeah.
So the thing with the webinar is a live event, right? It's just virtual. You're just doing it from home, but it's still a live event. So let's go back to real life. If you're throwing an event, you're going to book a venue. You're going to have an event planner. You're going to have decorations. You're going to have whatever, right? Even if you think you have all your ducks in a row, the day of the event, random stuff is going to happen that fires have to be put out in order for the event to be great and the guests to never know that there was any issues. It's the same thing with the webinar. Every single week, we have to make sure emails are firing off. Ringless voicemails are hitting people's phones. Ads are performing well. The tech is right, whether it's on Zoom, Webinar Jam, Webinar Geek, to get people in the room. Clients that aren't prepared for that. We had a client, his first webinar did $12,500 on his first webinar. And then he was just focused on several key points that didn't go right. And I said, yo, this is your first webinar. We're supposed to be doing this every single week. We get better and better every single week. And then he was just like, this should have been done. This should have been done. But like, people don't understand, like, even my biggest clients, we're always putting out fires and making changes every single week. So one of the big things is making sure the client is very well primed to understand that your webinar is an event, because even the next event that you do on the physical down, like let's say you had a party like that at venue that we were talking about, next week we got to set that venue all back up again. We got to do everything we got to do to get the people back at the event. We got to make sure the staff is at the event. We got to make sure the bathrooms got supplies, the food's there. So it's the same thing online. We're just doing it remotely. So that's what clients need to just, that's what our job as an agency is to do, is to educate them so that they understand it. But it's also the client to understand that, hey, if you want to do the webinar game, it's weekly work and maintenance.
So, Tony, who is your ideal client at BizLaunch?
Yeah, so my ideal client is, we have two different levels. We have our private clients, which is where we work with on retainer. And then we have our just service, right? So this would be like our express service. I don't want to make it sound cheap, but what this service is made to do is, it's a software that we have built. When you sign up, you get access to our funnel library. You look at the funnel that you like, you choose it, then a form pops up that matches that funnel. You're going to write the copy in there. When you submit it, our team is going to, design the images based on the pictures you sent us, then put the funnel together with your copy and your words. Your funnel's going to be passed to you. But then you have the client who is scaling. They need maintenance. They need work. Those are our private clients that we work with on a monthly basis, and we're sharpening. So it's like express. Do you just need a funnel? Here you go. And then you have your private clients that are paying like retainers that we're working with monthly. But here's the beauty of both sides. Once we give you the funnel, we don't just like kick you away. Now that your funnel's done, we ask you, hey, what is your true plans to make this funnel work the best? So then they tell us, and then we say, hey, do you have someone in place to do your emails? Do you have someone in place to do your ads? So what we do is, after we give you the funnel, we let you know the services we have to propel that funnel, and then we attach you with the project manager and myself that's usually in the Slack channel. And then we're just like, increasing your business that way.
Okay, so it's like a package where I come in, I get onboarded, and you can help me like navigate which funnel is for me. So you know, hey, this is what we need to do next. This is what we need to integrate. Yeah. So we have everything, like you said before, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah. Right? So let's say, for instance, like private clients are most likely word of mouth. You're at a certain level in your business, and you're feeling like you're at a plateau. And you're like, how do I need someone to help me get to the next level. Someone says, call Tony and his agency. We have a phone conversation. We onboard you, right? But then we have the express level, which is where you're going to go through the software. Once you purchase, you're going to be added into the school community. And then that's going to have our courses on there, which teaches you about all the different funnels. So let's just use this as a prime example. You purchase on a Thursday. Once you purchase, you instantly get access to like the course material that's educating you on the different types of funnels, and just about funnels in general. So you book your call for that upcoming Saturday or Monday. Well, the goal is that you watch some of the material, so by the time you get on the phone call with us and our closer is talking to you about, lead magnet, VSL, webinar, you're kind of primed to like which one makes sense for you, and that way they could just walk you through. Then we walk you through the library process, the build out, deliver it, and then ask you, would you like to continue working with us on other services?
And I think the thing I like most about your services, you've already done the work, right? You've seen the back end of multi-million-dollar funnels, right? You've seen data, and you've pretty much created this package built around the funnels that you've already seen perform very, very well.
Yeah, so for me, I got started in this business because of the quality of my funnels. So all the funnels inside of our funnel library are actually past funnels that I've made. We've just made it to where it's accessible for people who just want to get started in the business, so they can say, hey, I want that webinar funnel, or I want that VSL or that lead magnet. And that's the way we make sure that even though we have the templates, that the quality still stays high. It's because we're giving them funnels that have performed well in the past. We're just plugging and playing. So it's kind of like a spec home versus a custom home. Private clients are coming in. We're building something completely custom, geared around what type of situation and offer that they have going on. But then we have the spec home. It's still going to be a brand new home. It's still going to be beautiful, and it's still going to look great, but it only has a certain amount of options to it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Still brand new, still looks good, still functions the exact same.
So let me ask you this, and we'll call the express package, the funnel in the box, right?
Yeah.
So if I purchase that, realistically, what percentage, and I'm not going to nail to the cross on this, but what percentage of folks get it and say, yeah, it's built out for me, but I don't want to write this stuff. You know,
Yeah.
They
They don't want to write the copy and all of
I'm
that.
sorry. I thought I was going to be ready, but no,
Yeah.
I need the other package.
Got you. So what I learned in this business was I used to be so scared to sell. Or not scared to sell, just had a very funny feeling with selling people. People enjoy being sold to, especially when it's something that's beneficial to them. So during our funnel process, when you are buying the funnel, you're asked if you would like to purchase a copywriting package where we'll talk to you, send you a questionnaire, and we'll write the copy in a persuasive selling point so that you can sell to your clients. A lot of people really don't want to do the copy either. So that's usually like an easy sell. You know what I mean? But what's actually even cool, this part of it's not rolled out yet on the software, talking to developers, but ChatGPT, they're coming out with the OpenAI. We're going to be able to plug that into the software so that's going to be able to help people write their headlines, bios, and stuff like that. So at that point, it just becomes, we're making it easier for you, but it's still not expert level with the ChatGPT and the AI.
Yeah.
But
I was going to ask you, how do you feel about ChatGPT in marketing?
Yeah, I think it's great in the sense of this is where people have it wrong, right? People looking at it as replacing people. The AI helps you move faster. It helps someone think for you, but you still have to understand sales psychology in order for it to perform at its best level. So even when I'm doing copy for clients or emails, that doesn't mean the psychology in the email is all the way right. Like me and ChatGPT be having conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, like I come from a music background. And I'm gonna tell you like this: if you think Beyonce came up with all of them songs, you're wrong. There's people in the room with her as she's kind of humming over the beat. She's crooning and she's and there's somebody that's got a writer credit on that song that said, no, maybe you should say this. What you talk about this? And she's like, ooh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, girl, I'm gonna write this.
Right.
Or like somebody's in a room with Jay, like, I haven't said this, and he's one of the greatest rappers alive. But I'm telling you, there's people in the room that contribute to some of these hits.
Yeah.
So the reason why I say that is because I'm breaking it down to you in a creative way that I can kind of show the parallels when it comes down to the chat and the AI, because a lot of us don't have a writer in the room. A lot of us don't have, somebody that is constantly with them that can contribute in a creative way. And I'm with you 100%. Like, I think this is a great tool to have, but when you take the AI and it's essentially writing everything for you, then, that's the problem,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I had a client. We wrote his cookbook on ChatGPT, word for word. It was a Southern cuisine cookbook.
Yeah.
But the recipes, I learned this. If you change two things in the recipe, now it's yours.
Yeah, it is. But see, I think that's kind of cool, because at the end of the day, most cookbooks are recipes that are derivatives of something that somebody made before. You ain't the first person to fry no damn chicken.
Right.
Now, if you come in and you tell me that, all right, today we're going to use gasoline instead of oil, then you tripping.
Right.
A lot of the components are there. So I get it. I ain't tripping about that.
But let's talk about even that. It helps you do something faster, right?
A lot faster.
So I would definitely use it 100. I used it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But what we're talking about is there's some components of projects that still need a sales psychology and strategy like infused in it. So when I'm writing emails for clients, yeah, it's saving me hours of time. But then there's times when I say, hey, can you put the secrets in the email like this? And when I say I'm having a conversation with, I say, okay, on email number 4, I need you to add 24-hour scarcity in it so that the lead understands that it's going to expire. So I may go through ChatGPT, 4 different times to get the best email. So let's break down what it did. It definitely made it faster for me, and it gave me my final output, but it still needed my psychology and strategy in order to get the right finished product.
And it may have triggered something creatively in your mind that, I didn't think about that. And then that's when you add your contribution to it. You're like, thanks, homie. I got it from here.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's
his cookbook was that lead magnet that didn't have the value.
Exactly. Like, bro, you really finna show me how to scramble some eggs.
Hey, man, I learned a lot of stuff in there, man.
Hey, we had a guest on here the other day, man. He said that a friend of his was having marital problems. And he didn't know how to talk to her.
Right.
This really happened. And he went to Chat GPT, and the bot basically, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saved his marriage.
Hey. Help them move faster. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't know how to talk to her, but the bot did. You know
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Yeah, he asked like how to fix what he did wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I'm sure he was having conversations with ChatGPT.
Yeah, like, nah, I better not say that. Come on, try again, homie.
So, Tony, for a long time, I didn't have a funnel, right? Because I never thought I actually needed one for my type of business. Right. And I do so many different things. Like when I have my Tiny Nice business, when I have my salon, I was like, yeah, regular website, it'll do fine. Like, what? And I notice now, after having a sales funnel, how much money I was actually losing, not having one.
Yeah.
Right? And we talked about this earlier, like, who actually needs one?
Yeah.
But who actually needs one? Does everyone need one, or?
So here's the funny thing. It's such a simple answer. If you need leads or you need sales, you need a sales funnel. The question is, where does the sales funnel engage at during your marketing process, right? If you go to war, basically the question you're asking me, do I need a gun? See what I'm saying? At some point in time when you're at war, you have to pull out the weapon, right?
Yeah.
So that's how this is in your marketing situation. It's like, does it come out at the very front, to like instantly go into action? Or do we wait a little bit? And it all depends on the strategy of that business. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time I like for the funnel to be already present at the beginning, but it's slightly different in what he said when it comes to Shopify and e-commerce. Funnel still makes sense. Even on Shopify, I'm starting to notice they're making themes where the pages are funnels. You see what I'm saying? So they're showing the popularity of how the funnel is educating a customer on why they need to buy this product versus it just being product, title, buy now button. They're understanding the importance of it. So I'm even seeing everybody's moving towards funnels. But the overall question is, every single business needs a funnel somewhere because they need leads and they need sales. So even to the businesses that we said are B2B, they're still using funnels because even a big business that sells toothpicks to Walmart, you know what I'm saying, or to anybody, may have promotional content or information to get that lead so that someone can follow up and say, hey, this is why Walmart or this company needs to buy our toothpicks and stock their shelves with them because our toothpicks are better than those toothpicks. Understood. But how do you get them on the phone, the funnel?
Let me ask you this. For a company like ours, we do a lot of trade shows. We go to the events where our customers live, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things, and I'm so proud of this, is that a lot of times people will be like, what's the name of your business? And I tell them Winners Industries. And they eyes just, like you just texted me yesterday.
Yeah.
I love your products. One thing I love about, and I literally, this happens all the time, you guys ship out right away. Yeah. I appreciate that. If I order on Monday, I'm getting it Wednesday. I'm getting it Thursday. Yeah. My thing is, would it be wise for me to, you know what? I appreciate that testimony. Can I get a 10-second video of you sharing your experience on camera?
Right.
And they say, okay, hey, I'm Bernard. I order from Winners Industries all the time. I order on Monday. I get it Wednesday. Thanks. A video like that, that's something that I can weaponize and play somewhere on my site or in my funnel because the thing about it is it's one thing for Akeem to say how great Glam Geeks is. Yeah. But for a client of his to say, you know what, they always beat my face just right. I feel like $1 million when I leave here. So I'm thinking that, and I know that from a customer standpoint, when they hear it come from an actual customer that's in this niche family that they're in, they're more likely to be sucked in by that. Can I use something like that on my website?
It's testimonials?
Like it's rather than before they get to the actual product, testimonials first. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so multiple ways that I see that happening, right? So testimonials in themselves are amazing and should be used because they're social proof, right? Social proof is what gets people to move the needle or get over the hump to purchase. So I've seen on a VSL page where it's literally the free training video, and then there's a button that says whatever the call to action is, book a call, apply. But under that, they flood the page with testimonials, right? Testimonials should be used anywhere. How I feel like I want to use it personally for myself is I'm looking at psychology. I'm looking at, like, imagine on my sales page, like the page they actually put their credit card information is, if I also had like 12 testimonials. Because at that moment, what I'm thinking about when I say it all comes to psychology and how people think, they're typing their information, and as they're typing their name, phone number, billing address, they're thinking, do I really want to pay for this? Imagine they scroll down and they're just like, in all those testimonies were killing objecting beliefs that customers had. Thought that I wasn't sure when I did this. You know what I'm saying? I did this and got results in X amount of days. You know, BizLaunch made my situation so much easier, you know, X, Y, and Z. And then now they're like, I'm doing this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So social proof should be in multiple places of your funnel experience.
What are the key elements of a funnel?
The key elements of the funnel are mainly headline, right? So a lot of people miss out on that. Like, the headline, that humongous call, is the biggest, like, call to action to try to get people to do something. The reason why I say that is, in that headline, we're trying to attach to the problem that they're having and address the solution that your product or service can provide. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
So going back to Glam Geeks as an example, you know, women are always looking for someone to do their makeup and do their lashes. Right. From me listening to my wife at home, I'm always hearing, yeah, this person did the lashes like this person did the lashes like this. So imagine your headline was just like, you know, lashes that last 45 days and still look like they're on their first week. Learn more about Glam Geeks' new lash technology.
Oh, you sold them right there, because literally they looking.
I'm actually going to use that.
I'm saying they're looking at this right now, and lashes falling off at this very moment. Like,
exactly.
Damn, I need to get over that.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
You identifying the pain point immediately.
Immediately identify the pain point and then create curiosity of the solution. Now
That's
they're
why
willing.
At the end you said new technology.
Yeah, so what's the new technology? You see what I'm saying? So then now when they type their information in, they're like,
invoice this man.
Invoice
him immediately.
Because I mean, I'm hearing at home, and like one thing that I think I have as a skill set is a lot of my clients that are crushing it, I notice that they get lost in the clouds, right? I look at it and I listen to normal consumer problems, and then that's what I try to plug into the funnels. So what I mean by that, if I'm going using my wife as an example again, like, she's got this one lash lady, but she's all the way in Roswell, and we live down south. So when she goes there, she's always happy because it's like the lashes, I guess, last for 30 days. I don't know. But then when she's on the fly, she goes to like the nail shops and, like, you know, she brings them, and they seem like they're more like for that night, the event. You know what I'm saying? But the problem that I keep hearing is I'm spending more money and time on getting the lashes that don't last like 30 days that are individually placed. So going back to Glam Geeks, if we hit that headline that instantly hits a pain point, now whatever needs to be done is being completed by the lead because they want that solution. Because think about it this way. And it's not that we even said like Glam Geek is expensive or anything. Money is a tool of exchange. As long as the value exceeds what the price is, the money will always be exchanged because people want the solution. Right. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we have to focus on. We don't focus on just driving in the sale trying to get money. We focus on pain points for individual avatars and providing solutions, and then it makes the exchange of money a lot more simple.
I get it. I get it.
Besides the headline, what's next? What else?
So then now what's next is we use the headline. We got them to opt in. Now we have to, you know, provide the value to get them to the next step. So the whole funnel is just exchange of values through each different point. So like I said, with Glam Geek, every funnel is going to be different. You use that headline to create curiosity that there's a solution. So now what they probably start doing is filling out that form to let you know what services that they're interested in. So now hopefully they either put a deposit down or booked a call or booked an appointment, whatever it is. So that would be the second layer. But like I said, funnels are offense and defense. So let's say that doesn't happen. The next layer is SMS, text message, and email communications, re-engaging that lead, re-educating that lead to get them back to the call to action. Because let's look at it this way. Using Glam Geeks once again as an example, I saw that the lashes that Glam Geeks offers are individually placed and last up to 45 days. Yeah. Now I fill out the information, I give you my lead. Now that I'm hanging out in your inbox, I may not get you on Monday. I may not get you on Wednesday, but on Thursday, that girl may be like, "Ooh, I got that event on Friday. Appointment booked." You see what I'm saying? So that's why you got to keep re-engaging that lead.
And you're staying on the front of their mind.
Exactly. And what it also does, going back to Andrea as an avatar, as a realtor, is we all know probably someone who does, who's a realtor. But now that Andrea is hanging out in this potential homeowner's inbox, they're kind of building a trust for Andrea. Because Andrea is, like I told you, you're educating that client and nurturing the client to where now when they book a call with Andrea, they may know her whole backstory and life story because Andrea
that happens in my inbox all the time. I know people's names I ain't never seen them before.
You know what I'm saying? So then you may even have people selling you, going back to your slingshot situation. Hey man, yeah. I think I'm ready. I got cousins and stuff coming to town. Want them to have fun. We want to get like 3 slingshots or whatever, and I want the upgraded ones that you said had the sound systems and all that type of stuff. Yeah, like if you got 3 of those like ready for this weekend, and you're like, yeah, I got 3, and they're like, cool. And then they may even say, can I do like the Friday through Monday? Because I remember you said you get like 10% off if you rent it throughout the whole weekend.
Yeah. Right.
And now you just like, my whole offer. I don't even got to sell you. You know what I'm saying?
Now, when we talk about the email nurture, how long does that need to be? Like,
yeah. I mean, the thing with it is like email can get pricey because it's ongoing. But I think that email should be 30 days of emails.
30 days, one email a
consecutively,
day?
every day.
Or every other day. It really depends on who you are in your offer, because what we also want to do is make sure that we're delivering these in a level of not increasing unsubscribes.
You don't want to be spammy.
You don't want to be spammy. Like, you don't want to send emails 3 times a day or whatever. You may even look at it like, let's say if you're a realtor, right? If you're a realtor, a lot of times your client isn't in an immediate need. A lot of times with that realtor, using Andrea again, they're in this curiosity phase before they sign on with their realtor. So we may say, hey, let's do Andrea's every 3 days. And instead of like her nurture sequence being over in 30 days, we increased her to 90 days because we're looking at the home buying process is usually somewhat extensive. So let's nurture that lead over 3 months because we don't know when they're ready to pull the trigger. But we want them to be so used to seeing Andrea that that's the person that they go with. You know what I mean?
That's the first person they think about.
Think about billboards. You know what I'm saying? If you got one billboard, it doesn't really do well. But then these big lawyers, they have billboards running down the whole highways at different points. You see Shannara so many times, you like, let me call 2222222. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's kind of the same thing. You just want to stay relevant and in front of them.
Gotcha. So we know you offer the services. You talked about it. If you could just speak to it one more time about what it is you could provide to them, how they can sign on as a client.
Yeah.
Please, the floor is yours, brother.
Definitely. So we have a couple different ways. So if you're like, I'm sold, Tony, I don't need any more information, you can just literally go to my Instagram @TunedInTony, click the link in my bio, and go straight to our agency, bizlaunch.io. If you want to do some more engagement, see some more examples, hear some more testimonies, you can go to funnelhackerworkshop.com. And then that way you can watch our 20-minute VSL training. And then you could even talk to one of our strategy people that will walk you through and hear what you got going on to see if it's a good fit for you. If you actually need a funnel, most people need a funnel because they need leads and sales. Yeah. So 2 ways. You got the direct way and you got the way where it's like, I need a little bit more information, a little bit more social proof. So my Instagram @TunedInTony, or you can go to funnelhackerworkshop.com to get that training.
All right, so I'm sold. We gonna figure this out on the back end, and
I'm definitely changing my headline.
I was gonna say invoice that man right now, man. And listen, the next time you book a flight to wherever you're going, and then you get that message to say that you need a car, think about Tuned In Tony, because you're in the funnel. Yep. That's right, you're in the goddamn funnel. This has been the Entrepreneur Network. I'm Jeremy Winters. This is Thinker King. Tuned In Tony, man. We will catch you next time. And I'm out.
If you can get it out the mud, then you can't manifest it. Bet on yourself.